What is up, everybody? This is Lyle, No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. I am coming at you from the Flying J, Ogden, Utah, I-15, exit 343. Now, the reason I'm here, some of you new guys may not know this, so I'm just going to put this out there, but when I got to this truck stop, I was not under a load. So a lot of people might be like, oh, let me go down to the terminal and chill out or do whatever, get my truck washed. Number of different reasons to go to the terminal. If you go to the terminal and you are not under a load, they will take that trailer off of you. And I got a good trailer. So that's why I'm here. Now, I just got done with that load that was that horrible drive across I-80. Just delivered that at Hershey in Ogden, Utah. And I must say that this was the first time that I've ever got a trailer out of that Hershey plant where there weren't more pallet scraps in the back of the trailer than there were pallets. And I came up on 2 load locks, so I think I got room for both those, so that's good. Wanted to talk about an embarrassing situation that happened to me when I-80 was closed down when I was at Fat Dog's truck stop. We'll get to that here in a second. I did just turn down a load, one of those loads that I infrequently turn down, but it was a load leaving out of Logan, Utah, going to Sumner, Washington. The weather looks fine now, but the weather looked fine the other day too. I looked off on my little weather radar thing. It looked like there's some moisture coming in off of the ocean, so I was like, I'm not even gonna take a chance of going out there. So fleet manager was understanding about that, so I'm just waiting for another load. Told him I wanted something going east, since it looks like we got a clear path here for the next couple days. So anyway, the embarrassing situation that happened when I was at this truck stop. So picture this, I-80's closed down, truck stops are packed, and I'm parked up here just chilling, and there's a guy sitting next to me off to my left, and I had my window rolled down at the time, and he started asking me some questions. And I couldn't understand what he was saying, and this went on for about 15 seconds. Then finally, instead of him turning off his truck, I turned off my truck to answer his question. So turned off the truck. He's still trying to talk. Got a little bit of an accent too. Can't understand him. So he's like, come over here, come over here. So being the good guy I am, I may not always help you back in if I think you're going to learn something from it. But, if I can help, I will. So I didn't know what kind of help he wanted until I got over to his driver door. And what he was asking about was his APU. His heater was not working. So asked me to come in and see if I could figure it out. Now, the first thing I thought when I got in this truck was, this truck is immaculate for like a 2018 Freightliner, that old body style Freightliner. I mean, it was like immaculate, like showroom clean. Then I noticed, man, he's got like these 1-inch thick, like 3/4 inch carpets in here. I might have to get some of those. Those are nice. And then reality started hitting me. I'm like, man, I just got out of my truck, got into another dude's truck, and everybody around is looking, trying to figure out what's going on. I was like, oh, hell no. So I hurried up and tried to figure out what was going on. I was like, man, I can't figure this out. I said, let me go outside and check your APU. So got outside the truck, and his APU was turned off, so that was the problem. But the guy was like an older guy, like 63 years old. He was Greek. And the reason I know this is because he had a Greek flag in the back of his truck, where a lot of people have flags hanging up or whatever. But yeah, I had to make that quick. I didn't want anybody to see me in there for no extended periods of time, wondering what was going on in the back of that cab, because that could have got embarrassing real quick. So that is that. So I'm just gonna wait up here. I guess well, I can't go to the terminal now because I'm not under a load anymore. I was for a minute till I turned it down, but it would be nice to get this truck cleaned up because it is so filthy. Like if you were to write something on the side of it, it would scratch through the paint. That's how grimy this thing is. Figure, I thought there was something else I was supposed to be answering. If this was a summer load, I would have taken that load up to Washington. I'm just a little traumatized from that last experience. And the problem with going up to Washington is you got to come out of Washington. And a lot of times they got those little off-brand Apple places, and you got to go hit all these little small roads. And if the weather's not good, that could be a horrible experience. So we'll see what my fleet manager comes up with. If, if worst comes to worst and he says, I need you to run it, I'm gonna run it, but I'm not looking to go out of my way to put myself in that situation. Plus, even in the summertime, I am not a fan of Washington or Oregon. I don't know why. Just not. It's nothing about the mountains or the hills or anything like that. I did have a pre-plan yesterday. That's another thing. I did have a pre-plan yesterday where they were trying to get me to pick up a load in, Springville, Utah, going out to Rialto, California. And I just didn't have time to do it. I wasn't planning on getting the load here last night, but even if I did, by the time I got it here, took a 10-hour break, I was not going to be able to get to the 01 on time. So they took that load off of me. That wasn't going to be quite... I wasn't too happy to go out to that area in California, especially now that they've increased their prices at the Petro.
Attention.
Huh.
A new important message
Well, let's take a look at this live.
Attention. A new important message.
Now, I haven't been known to turn down back-to-back loads, so...
A new important message has arrived. Attention. A new important message has arrived.
Let's take a look.
Attention. A new important message has arrived.
First thing I always do
Attention.
is look at the 90.
Message has arrived.
All right, so we're going to Iowa. Okay, I could dig that. Picking up Twin Falls, Idaho. So I got till midnight to get there. Let's see what else.
Attention, a new important message has arrived.
Oh, all right, I'm down with that. Let's see. It delivers on the 31st. Man, I'm not sure if I got the hours to run this. How many miles is it? How many miles? I don't want to have you guys sitting here too much longer. I just God damn, where is it at? All right.
Dispatch,
you know what? I need to figure out.
6424 has been deleted.
I need
Dispatch 1652490 has been activated.
I need to figure out how many miles this is, see if I got the hours to run it. The shame about this last load I was on was I should have been able to get a 34 out of it had I known that they were going to be shutting down I-80. All right, let me see. Okay, 182 miles to all right, so Chobani. I don't know where my screen is. It's supposed to tell me. Alright guys, I'm gonna get off this damn video. I need to figure out how many miles this is and let them know whether I could do it or not by the time or so, you know, it doesn't take too long to do that. But I do appreciate you stopping by No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. As always, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.